As usual, we start the speed test with both the phones in airplane mode and connected to the same Wi-Fi network with no apps running in the background. We made sure that both the phones are running on the same Google Calculator, Google Calendar and Google Clock apps in order to have a more fair speed test. Both the phones come with octa-core Snapdragon chipsets, but the A2 has a higher ranked 660 chipset compared to a 636 on the Note 6 Pro. You can also get either 4 or 6GB of RAM on both the phones, but we have the 4GB A2 and the 6GB Note 6 Pro with us. The first lab will showcase the capabilities of the processor, while only the second lab will showcase the difference in RAM capacities, since the RAM management is only evidenced in second lab where we relaunch apps from memory. Note 6 Pro finished lap 1 with a time of 1 minute and 47 seconds compared to the A2, which surprisingly was much slower and took 2 minutes and 9 seconds to complete lap 1. It's both surprising and expected as well, since the A2 does seem to have some CPU throttling as we have seen in the past. That's probably why it performed worse despite having stock Android as well as a higher end processor on board. In lap 2, we launch apps in reverse order to judge the ability to redraw apps from memory and RAM management. The Note 6 Pro completes the entire speed test with a total time of 2 minutes and 15 seconds, while the Mi A2 finished its first lap only a few seconds earlier, but eventually the A2 also finished with a total time of 3 minutes and 9 seconds. So even apart from the lower amounts of RAM and resulting issues with RAM management and having to relaunch apps, the first lap showed that despite the higher end processor, the throttling does affect the A2 app and game launch speeds. Please note that there is a margin for human error in these tests, but in this test those errors wouldn't have changed the outcome as the gap was large enough, and while these tests show the true power of the phones, in day-to-day lives the phones won't be tested as much and may not be that much different in terms of speed. Thanks for watching this video. See you again in the next one.